Hey everyone, this is D, Movieman, fellow cinephile, popcorn addict, and emerging film critic coming to you with reliable recaps, reviews, and reactions. The trailers just keep on rolling in, so of course, I have another trailer reaction for you guys. And today I'll be reacting to the newest trailer for Old. Written, directed, and produced by M. Night Shyamalan, and starring Gael Garcia Bernal, Vicky Krieps, and Eliza Scanlon.
No kids allowed on the beach? What?
That's not true!
Oh no! Oh no!
We never leave each other. Nothing separates us.
Are we there yet? You said 5 minutes. Technically, it's been more than 5 minutes.
Let's just all start slowing down. Wow, do you believe I found this online?
I guess it's not that secret a beach.
Whoa! Who would leave this? From the hotel! They're so rusted!
What's happening?
Found stuff from the hotel in the sand.
Uh-oh, see. That's a sign. Ooh, 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 ooh. No.
What happened to her, Mom?
I don't know.
What happened to her?
The body has decomposed.
How quickly can that happen?
7 years.
But she just died.
Wait, where are the kids?
Trent!
Kara!
Come here!
Hey, have you seen my children?
Mom? I'm right here.
Oh.
Dad, why are you looking at me like that?
Ooh, wait a
What's
minute.
happening to us?
My daughter just turned 6 2 weeks ago.
Mom?
Whatever's happening to us is happening very fast.
You have wrinkles. There's something wrong with this beach.
Clearly.
What's happening?
Mom! Mom!
I'm scared! We have to get off this beach!
People are blacking out going this way.
If she makes it to the ledge, she might have a chance.
Why is she stopping?
Why's she stopping? Carol, wake up! Wake up!
They had to know what this place does.
I don't know! You're lying!
Look!
What is that?
A message.
We never leave each other. Nothing separates us.
We're connected to something bigger.
Oh no. We're here for a reason.
You know, going off of the title, I didn't know what to expect, but it wasn't this. Like, I cannot deal. So if it wasn't already obvious, this is a horror thriller that's being written, directed, and produced by M. Night Shyamalan. Now, M. Night Shyamalan has had a very interesting career. I think he was on a roll with The Sixth Sense back in 1999, and then Unbreakable in 2000, and then Signs in 2002. All three of those films were pretty well received, and people figure, you know, he was on a pretty good trajectory as far as what he was going to do next. But then we got The Village, Lady in the Water, and The Happening. Not quite the same reception. And if that wasn't bad enough, The Last Airbender in 2010, it was over. Like, I've never watched the original animated series, so I had no investment in the film, but I also had no interest in going to see it. I actually remember the time I went to the theater, and I just so happened to run into some of my friends there, and they were going to see The Last Airbender. They were like, "Oh, you sure you don't want to come with us?" I was like, "Nope, I think I went to go see Splice or something like that." I was like, I just have no interest, and I just didn't really feel like wasting my time watching it, especially because I hadn't watched the original series. And when I tell you, because Splice was actually a fun time. I really enjoyed Splice. I actually wish they had done a sequel to that. But anyway, Splice was really, really fun. I had a good time watching that. And then when I walked out of the theater and I saw them outside, I mean, you could have fried an egg on their faces. They were mad. They were like, that was garbage. I mean, pretty much everyone agreed that it was a horrible adaptation. It didn't do the characters any justice. I don't think it did anything good with the story. And of course, I don't know the specifics, but all around, everyone said, horrible. And the one thing you cannot do as a director is take a fan base of that magnitude and then make a film and completely botch the entire thing. I'm like, everybody is gonna rip you a new one, and that's pretty much what happened. And then After Earth didn't do well, so yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of like he hit some kind of decline. And he's not the only director that's happened to. It happens to other directors, but I think he's had a tougher time than most. But then in 2015, he did The Visit, and I actually enjoyed The Visit a lot. I actually thought it was really well done, and it was a really interesting concept. Very simple, very straightforward, but I think it was very effective. And I think it was good for him to get away from the big budget CGI special effects stuff and just get into telling a story in a very simple and effective manner, in this case, a horror film. And then a year later, he did Split, which I thought was so excellent. It was really, really well done. And then he followed that up with Glass, which I don't have a lot to say about. It just was not what I was expecting as far as an ending to that trilogy, but it's okay. Some people enjoyed it. I didn't, but okay. And now here we are in 2021 with Old. So what's interesting is that the story for this is inspired by a graphic novel named Sandcastle, which was created by Pierre Oscar Levy and Frederick Peters. It's interesting because the first thing that came to mind is Goosebumps. There's a particular tale called An Old Story. It's in one of their anthology books. I believe it's Still More Tales to Give You Goosebumps. And in that story, two young boys are fed enchanted prunes by their aunt, who turns out to be a witch, and it transforms them into two elderly gentlemen. I think they also did an episode of that on Goosebumps, the TV series, which I also was a big fan of. And it also slightly reminded me of Stephen King's Thinner. That story centers around a lawyer who ends up killing a Romani woman in a car accident, and because of his connections, he escapes being punished legally. However, the woman's father places a curse on him, and it causes him to lose weight uncontrollably. And it's totally different as far as the concept and the idea. It's not just him aging, but still that idea of just kind of wasting away and, not being able to do anything about it. I see some similarities with both of those here. And the one thing I really love about horror movies, I love when certain horror movies take the idea of real life fears and they effectively incorporate it into a story and a film that really, really works. So in this case, people say all the time that, oh, I don't want to age too soon, or people fear aging and, getting old, such and such. And in this, they're taking that to the max, even when it comes to parents being scared of watching their children grow up too fast. Well, this is very literally watching your children grow up way too fast, right before your eyes. Gael Garcia Bernal is an actor I was already familiar with, especially because of the film Y Tu Mama Tambien, which was a very in-your-face film. I didn't know what I was walking into when I watched that film, and I was really not ready. I'm not gonna spoil anything. You guys can look that up and, search out that film for yourself. But that film was a lot, but I did remember him from that. And he also voiced Hector in Coco, which was an awesome, awesome movie. Definitely a tearjerker, so well designed, so well animated, such a beautiful, beautiful film. He was involved in that as well. And for those of you who are familiar with Mozart in the Jungle, it's an Amazon TV series. He's also a main star of that as well. I'm still relatively new to Vicky Creeps, but of course, many of you will know her for her breakout role in 2017's The Phantom Thread starring Daniel Day-Lewis. That's another film that took some turns I wasn't expecting. And by the time we got to the end, I was like, oh. Okay, but overall, that's another film that was very well put together, very well designed, and very intriguing, although it's not for everyone. It is very much an Oscar film, so some people might watch it and be like, snooze. But I thought it was interesting enough. I didn't regret watching it. And then I am also very familiar with Eliza Scanlon, primarily because of Greta Gerwig's recent adaptation of Little Women, where she played Beth. But what I had not realized is that she had already starred in the HBO miniseries Sharp Object, which is based on Gillian Flynn's book, which I also read and enjoyed. And I had absolutely no clue that was the same actress in both projects. Emma and Beth, they couldn't be further apart if it was like an ocean between them. It was like, wow. So as soon as I realized that, I was like, okay, well, she's definitely not typecast, because she blew both those roles out the water, and they were very, very different performances. And I enjoyed both of them. I probably said this before in another video, but what I really love about the horror genre, whether it's storytelling or whether it's movies or TV shows, I love the element of mystery. Like, what's the bigger story? What's the big reveal? Why is this house haunted? what happened in the past. And in this case, what's up with this beach? Where did it come from? What's causing this? What's inside the caves? There are so many questions that pop up that I can't wait to explore and find out. And I'm really excited for M. Night Shyamalan to finally have a resurgence, to kind of build back up and build his reputation back up, because I know that those other films just did not do him any justice. And it happens to a lot of filmmakers, but it's good to see him back on the right track. And I hope he continues to do more films like this. I love the horror genre, and just taking something that has a very simple concept, something very straightforward, and just letting the story be what it is, but also being scary and effective in its execution. So I really hope that this does well. I hope that it's a good film, and I hope that he can take the lane that he's in and continue to run with it. Old will be released in theaters July 23rd. I am so glad we don't have to wait that much longer, because a lot of these trailers be coming out a year before or several months before, and we have to wait, but we don't have that much longer. So I will definitely be there. I will be watching, and as always, I'll be here to give you guys my thoughts. So, once again, this is D, Movieman, signing off, and I'll see you at the movies.